civilizations built massive structures without modern tools. Guys, have you looked at the Pyramid of Giza, or have you looked at the Stonehenge in the United Kingdom? These structures are massive and they have been built thousands of years ago. How did they do it? Like, isn't that mind blowing? Let's try to uncover these things. So, of course, ancient civilizations did not have the modern tools we have today, but they still managed to use ramps, levers, and rollers in order to get massive stones to the places where they wanted them to be. They all used maths and astronomy in order to get things aligned perfectly with the stars and the sun. It's going to be very fascinating when I tell you about the Stonehenge. You might have already seen the Stonehenge on a very popular Windows wallpaper, but there is a crazy story behind all of that and how scientists have discovered how these things were made. So, along with the usage of ramps, levers, and rollers, these people also made sure they worked in teams. They had perfect organization. These people were skilled labor and not just slaves, like how some people would have thought. They also used the right tools, copper chisels, wooden sledges, etc. These tools might sound like they're too basic and they cannot help in aiding creating such large and complex structures, but in the hands of a skilled person, it is possible. What's even crazier is that the pyramids are actually aligned with the stars, and even now we do not know exactly how the ancient Egyptians were able to precisely place the pyramids in such a way that it aligned with the stars. Now, about the Stonehenge. If you did not already know, these stones are massive. These are 13 feet high stones, and in the modern day we use cranes to lift such heavy things. But how did these people lift such structures and erect it? If you haven't seen this thing, I suggest you Google it up and check what it looks like. From research, we have found out that these Stonehenges are perfectly aligning with the movement of the sun. So when you stand in front of the Stonehenge, you can see through the stones, and the placement of the sun is exactly in between the stones, which tells us that people, oh, by the way, this was built 5,000 years ago. It was built in 3000 BC, which is 5,000 years ago. So which tells us that people 5,000 years ago already had an idea of astronomy and how the sun and the planets moved. So the purpose of the Stonehenge was revealed when this discovery was made. It was used as a calendar, and the position of the Stonehenge also shows exactly the longest day of the year and the shortest day of the year, which is just mind-blowing to think that 5,000 years ago the people have already realized that. Another fascinating thing is that these Stonehenges have two types of stones, and one stone is found exactly in the place where it was built, and another type of stone, which is called the blue stone, was found 150 miles away in another mountain. So how they got those stones from 150 miles away to this place is also extremely fascinating if you think about it. So these people 5,000 years ago were hunter-gatherers. They were not just playing around, they knew what they were doing. And these Stonehenges and the things that are found around them, which are buried, reveal a lot of things about the people of the Bronze Age. The people of the Bronze Age are the people who were alive 5,000 years ago. And this is not just one example. Even the Great Wall of China, it was built over centuries, which means people were following the footsteps of their ancestors, and they continued building it over centuries. It was not built in a year or a decade. Anyways, these are just mind-boggling to me when I think about it. The fact that people 5,000 years ago knew the alignment of stars and the astronomical calendar, and they knew how to trace the sun with stones, is just crazy, guys. Anyways, have you ever thought about how fast the Earth is spinning? The Earth is spinning at